Hey guys, Chaz here from Pugliese Speed Shop with your Tuesday morning tech tip. Alright guys, like you can see, we are in the Cadillac. And the reason I'm making this video is because when I was driving it the other day, I had to get on the brakes a little bit, and when I did, the oil light came on. And we seem to get, with all, like, this thing's got every option in it, right? Granted, it's a 98, but it's the top of the line ETC Eldorado, so it's got everything that was available in 98. So, check it out. You turn this key on, right? You get a whole bunch of little messages. Check coolant level. I'm honking the horn. Horn works. So that's what we got going on here, right? Check coolant level. That's because I got a defective part when I changed the whole cooling system on this thing, and we got to put a new reservoir in it. Brake switch, that's just some scandalous stuff. Don't worry about that. But notice how there's nothing about check oil level. Now granted, there's a light on right over here. That's just because it's not running. And I don't want to start it right yet because I'm about to check the oil manually. So when I got on the brakes real good, that light came on. This little guy right here. And then it said low oil level. Now that's gone. So if I didn't get on the brakes real hard, I'd have no idea this thing was running right at the cusp, right? So we're gonna check this oil and see where it's at. Alright guys, so when it comes to automotive maintenance, this is about the most simple thing you can do next to like putting gas in your car, and that's checking oil. So you pop your hood. Most of the newer cars is labeled engine oil. It's always a dipstick. Usually it's yellow if it's not labeled, coming off the side of the block there. So see what's going on here. Blow it off, make sure it's clean, so this way you know. For the record, I absolutely hate these cable ones, and yeah, I'm old school, as you guys know. Nothing wrong with metal dipstick, worked fine for 100 years. Now we got this going on. So, we're showing just under max. So you got, over here is, let me clean it off so you can read it. You got add. Now on this end you got max, and all those lines and below. So if you got add, usually you're a quart low. This thing takes 8 quarts of oil, which is ridiculous. So now it's showing, this doesn't make any sense to me. Actually, it kind of just proves my point though. See what it's showing there? It's showing it's topped off. I know this thing has an oil leak. Well, first off, because it's a North Star motor, and they all leak from like the time they're brand new. And this one just happens to have a little puddle on the driveway, a little stain on the driveway. See that? You can kind of see it. Can you see it? Yeah. He tries to park in the same spot every time, which I appreciate. So there's only one spot that's stained. But I know it's got an oil leak. So when you hit the brakes, I saw that come on, and I'm like, this thing's got to be low. Apparently it's not. Apparently it's right there. But that actually just proves my point that with all these sensors and lights and all this kind of warnings, you got to check it manually. Don't take these sensors for their word, because, well, at any given moment they can malfunction, and then that's how you find out that they're not good, and sometimes it's too late. All right guys, what we learned today? I thought we learned a few things. We learned that, well, the caddy's not leaking as bad as I thought it was, so that's good, right? And honestly, that whole test couldn't have gone any better, because my whole point was to prove that sensors are not as foolproof as we think. And I was going to point that out by showing that the oil was really low and showing up, and not showing up. When I proved just the opposite, the oil wasn't low, but it was showing it was low when it felt like it. Now granted, it's a 20-something-year-old car. The motor's not that old, the sensors are not that old. If they were all put in like 09, the motor was thrown in 09, so it's not the newest thing. I got it. But we're spoiled. It's that simple, guys. We are so spoiled with all this new stuff that, and even me, I'm an old guy. I'm an old school guy, right? I get in the old cars, and that's what I used to drive every day. Now I'm driving that Tundra every day, and what's happening? I'm getting spoiled. It happens. Perfect example, the Road Glide. I'm riding that thing and I'm like, man, it feels, I'm kind of, it feels sluggish. It's weird. Somebody says, hey, check your tire pressure. Like, simplest thing in the world, right? I said, nah, man, I got the light. It's not coming on. That's the day I found out my bike doesn't have that option. So there's a separate little valve stem. If it curves, I think, is when you have the sensor. Mine is straight. So it only comes on the CVOs or the limiteds or whatever. Mine's a special, so it's not that special, I guess. It doesn't have the thing, right? But yeah, they one of my buddies pointed out to me and said, no, man, I don't think you got that. I said, no, it's on the dash, and you can see the light. You can see where the cutout is, where the light would be. The light doesn't come on. It doesn't come on because it's not there. I don't have the option. So here I am, right? Self-proclaimed car guy, you know, been riding forever. I'm doing videos telling you guys how to be careful riding, and I'm too stupid to check my own tire pressure because I think I got the light that's going to tell me about it. I'm an idiot. What are you going to do, right? Yeah. But it's the truth. And here I am, again, telling you guys to go do this when I wasn't doing it myself. So, I'm doing it myself. I don't go by the lights and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a good warning thing if you see it come on. Just like back in the 50s, you saw your oil light come on, meaning you had low oil pressure. It could also mean you had low oil level, you know? Which is what, how that caddy said the same way. That's why that oil light came on, because it was probably getting low pressure at the time because the car was so, and so if you got in that car and you didn't know what was going on with it, I chased that low coolant thing because I put a brand new reservoir in it, and apparently the sensor's bad. Well, I figured that out after, if you go back and watch the Cadillac videos, I got my ass whipped by that car for way longer than I'll ever admit, you know? And I changed, he's got a whole new cooling system in it because I couldn't figure out the simplest thing. North Stars. But let's not go down that road again. The problem is, I found out all out that it was jacked up after I fixed it. Everything was running good. I got the all new coolant and all that. And I'm like, I'm just not doing it again. Hey, dude, check your coolant. So he does. He keeps an eye on it. And I was going to give him a hard time because I was pretty sure that oil level was low. Now, I did mention this to him, and I was going to make this video. So there's a chance he ran out there last night and bloop, 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 bloop. I don't know. I did go away for a day. He had the opportunity. He was a pretty smart kid, so he might have done that. But point of the matter is, lights are great, warnings are great, cautions are great, all that kind of stuff. The sensors are wonderful things. Trust but verify. That's what we say in the aircraft maintenance business, quality assurance, all that. Trust but verify. I trust that light's probably right, but I'm gonna go check it out. Can't hurt, guys. Thanks for watching.